see. We'll give that a second to catch up. Oops, check on my rug. All right, let's see if I can find me yet. Come on in, everyone. I think we're on Monday, aren't we? I never know what day it is anymore. There I am. And I have volume here. There we go. That one's off. All right. Come on in. I'm going to dig out a few colors for tonight while we let some people jump on that I'm thinking I'm going to use. I was up here. I had to paint last night. I didn't have to. Yeah, I did have to. I actually did have to because it was an order and I forgot to take it off of my inventory that I sold the one I had painted, so I had to paint another one. It was one of the Valentine's mousses. So I was up here last night doing that. What other color am I going to want here? I need a bunch of browns. Let's see what I got here. I want some, let's see. Let's get them out. Well, welcome, welcome everyone. I'll just get some stuff out here that we're going to need probably. I don't know what colors I'm going to want for sure. This is one. Okay. Take that too. If I need more, I guess we'll get some more. Do I have dark chocolate? No, I don't. Need that one. Okay, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Lisa. How are ya? Oh, it was a long weekend. Hi, Kay. Welcome. Happy belated birthday. I know your birthday was Friday. We were waiting for you to pop on to say happy birthday, but I figured you're probably out celebrating. Doing something fun anyway, I hope. This is what we painted on, let me think, today's Monday, Friday. It's right here. Now I put it on my birdhouse. Yep, there you can see it, I think. So this was the Easter Bunny attachment. I just, she didn't have this one, so I took one of her other files and made it larger and made a door for it. But it turned out pretty cute. Put it up to closer so you can see the bunny better. There she is. So that was what we did Friday. I'm sort of hung on these bunnies, so we're painting another bunny today, believe it or not. It's something else she had out that just came out, and I decided I wanted to do, but it was not. If you remember when we painted the Highland cow, those set of 4 signs, well, this is a set of 4 signs again with the bunny, but I didn't want to do the whole 4. I didn't want to do the set of 4, and the one that I liked in it was smaller. So I made it into like a door hanger size. I'll aim you down here and show you. Thanks, Kay. Yeah, she turned out. I love that bunny. I just love the ears on it. Let me turn you down here, and you can see what I did here. I think you can see it there. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So this was only about 7 inches in the file size. So I just took it and I made it into about 11 inches here. I'll probably make it into 18 inches too. Hi, Debbie. So if you want to hang it on a door, you could. This one here, you could hang on that one smaller post that I have got one painted black downstairs, the little signpost. If you want to keep it in, like put it on a cupboard or a table or something like that. Whoops, I gotta get this computer here changed. So I thought, well, I'm gonna try to paint that. We're gonna paint this one and just make it a little bit bigger, like a door hanger size. So we got volume here. There we go. Okay, get where you belong. That's not it. Watch live video. Maybe that'll take me there. Not really. Why is it doing that? Hold on. Let me just get this where we need to be. There it is. So, but I want to try to make, this is MDF. Thanks, Debbie. Yeah, I love this bunny. I just love her, so I can't help but keep painting her. I'll probably keep her white is what I'm sort of thinking. I'm sort of thinking I'm going to do her white, but I want to make the background as wood looking as I can, even though this is MDF. This is in a couple layers here with the lettering here, so I'll take that off. Put that to the side, and I'll put the bunny to the side. And she didn't have a nose, and I went and made her a nose because I wanted a nose on there. So all this I can just paint a brown, but I want to make, like I said, I want to make it more wood look if I can. And I don't know how it's going to turn out. We're going to try. I think I'm going to start with like a milk chocolate. And then I'll put some different colors into it is what I'm sort of thinking I want to start with. I want to bring some richer tones into it. So let's just start with the milk chocolate. And I think I'm going to try the baby white. I'm going to try it that way. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll give it a shot. It may have to put a few layers on to get it a little thicker. But you know, and MDF doesn't have the wood texture that wood does. So, you know, to give it a wood, I want it more, like I said, wood look. And this is actually not too bad of a color for it, to tell you the truth. And this was, I'll look again, but I think this was milk chocolate. What was this? Yeah, this is milk chocolate by Decor, is what this is. And it is sort of richer looking. You know, like a, I didn't want a dark brown, but like a, like a cherry or an oak or something like that. And I don't have to worry about her too much there, but I'll just do it anyway. Because she covers all that up there. So that's not too bad of a start, actually. I'm gonna dry it, I think, in between layers here. I'm gonna give it another layer of that yet. You love her too? I do too, Kay. I think she's just adorable. I was glad she thought of doing that bunny after I seen it. I was like, I really like that bunny. Something different than just the regular ears we always are painting. And yeah, I really liked her too. I think this is the third one I painted now. So I'll have to move on to something else pretty soon, but unless she comes out with something else. So she didn't have the one for the birdhouse, so I went and did that one on Friday before I came live and just made it from one of her shelf sitters. Made it bigger and had to change a few things to make it work, but it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. All right. Okay. So we'll start with that. We'll leave that. Now I'm going to dry that again. I don't think this one will take all that long either. There isn't a lot of... The bunny's pretty easy to paint this, to say the least. So now I think I'm going to bring some... maybe I'm going to bring a little darker in by the lines first, I think. So let's go with a... See what dark chocolate looks like on there. Try that first. I'm going to try to use a wipe here first and wipe it on and see if it works. But I sort of want to just darken up my line areas. I'm going to do the one that's going to be covered here first anyway. That's not dark enough. Not dark enough for me. So we're going to go with the traditional burnt umber instead. I may have to use my brush. I'm going to use my brush, I think. Sit down here and use the brush. But I know we can probably get this looking more, somewhat more realistic to wood, I would think. So I'm going to just pretty much keep it around that line going through there. That's what I want to do. I have to move it a little bit. I came up a little high there, but I'm going to move it around in a minute. Okay. Now, And I wouldn't have to make it as solid. I could make it lighter, thicker in areas and smaller in other areas because wood's never really uniform either. So that's probably what I'm going to do here. I'm going to leave it go on top, and I'm going to leave it like it is. Actually, I think I will. We'll see what it looks like when we're done. I'm just sort of playing here today. I don't know. This is just an idea I had, and we'll see how it works. So I'm trying to make it more woodish. Did you guys have a good weekend? I hate to tell you what I did. Shouldn't even tell you. But every once in a great while, I just get tired, you know. In a great while. Doesn't happen very often, but I do. And so I went to bed Friday night. I don't know, 10 o'clock. I was cold. I think I started watching a movie with the husband, and I ended up watching it in bed in the end. It was that Predator one or something. I don't know. It's an older movie. Predator versus an alien or something weird. And anyway, I went to bed, and I slept pretty good that night. And I don't know, I was going to get up early in the morning because I was in bed so early. And every time I wake up, I was just tired. So I'd fall back asleep. So, and that's what I did all day Saturday. I never got up. I got up once. I shouldn't say never. I got up once, got something to eat, and went back to bed. I just didn't feel like doing anything. Tired. So I finally got my day of rest in that way. So it's not yesterday. I'm like, I got to get up now. I've been in bed over 24 hours. It's time to do something, Donna. But every once in a while I do that. I get tired. I guess like I need to sleep. I need to sleep longer. I think it's okay. At first I'm like, I always hate when I do it because it's like I could be getting stuff done, but it's like, it's okay. You need a day like that every now and then to be able to do that. All right, so that sort of gives you my lined areas. It does. It does happen, and it's not a lot. And then I try not to feel bad because my husband sits around all day, all the time. He's retired, and so he's home right now till he, helps that other guy out. But he sits around all day, every day anyway. He doesn't do much every day. I'm the one working. It's like I can have a day now and then. I thought I'm not going to do anything today. He came in there by me once. He goes, "What's the matter with you?" I said, "Nothing. Tired." Oh, I think he got mad that I didn't get up and make supper, but too bad. You will survive. Make something. I think I got up, I don't know, about 11:30 and made something to eat. I made myself a scrambled egg, and now I got what is this, burnt sienna. And I'm going to wipe some in here and just try to put some more different shades in here. I'll probably wipe some back too. You're not going to see it through the whole thing. And that's all covered by the bunny here. A little couple spots there. All right. Not sure how much I want, but we're going to leave it like that, I guess. I know where I'm going to put a little bit more up here yet. So I just wiping it in with my wipe again. See what it looks like. Let's see. I'm going to get some browns in there. I'm going to try cocoa in there now. So it's going to be a mixture of different colors. And this is going to be more tannish, so this is going to look different, I think, with this color. But I think it needs some more. Let me blend this in more. Yeah, I think I will. I'll blend it in more in spots yet after this. But I'll just keep playing with it till I get it to look like about what I think it should look like. So, or what I'm thinking I want it to look like. But I think, there's certain signs sometimes I think that would look, if you had more of a wood background, that would look a lot nicer. And this may be a way, if we can get something decent, this could be a way to do it. I can really see the difference there. So I'm going to blend that a little bit more. But I'm still going to go back with some more color yet. So I'm going to leave that yet. It looks really bright on the screen there by you, but it's not that bright in person here. It's more, it doesn't stick out like it is on the screen. I can tell you that. At all. Now, I'm going to go back with some more milk chocolate, which is a lot more browner it looks now than what our base was. Add some more in there. And this was the color we used on the bottom, actually, for the base. But it's... That tan looks really goofy on this computer screen compared to what it looks like in person. Because it does not stick out like that here. And maybe once it dries, it won't. I get some more color in these guys here. Oops, I get all of it there. You can be able to see much there where his ears are. Let me see what that looks like. It don't look too bad here. Oops. At all. Compared to what the screen is showing me. Okay, get some more brown in there. This up here I don't really worry about. And I think I'm going to just take a little of that burnt umber, or that dark traditional burnt umber. Now this is going to be a lot darker. Just going to go a little few spots in here. I'm sort of dabbing it off my wipe here. Oops, I got all kinds of color there. Whoops, I wiped it off. Let me get a new one. Where are I'll use this one. I don't want a ton, so I'm taking some of it off. I'm going to go back and blend that in if I need to. Here. All right. And this you're only going to see in between some of these letters. You're not going to see a lot of that. Okay. Blend it there. Let me just leave it because it's got actually a nice look here in person. I see I took my line out of there a little bit, so I'm going to put that back a little bit. And we're going to let this dry and see what it looks like. But I sort of wanted that cinnamony look that, I don't know, color is that? Is that like a cherry or what? Color. That looks better. I think that looks better. Now I could even bring a little bit of gray into it if I wanted. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll bring a drop. Let me see. I think I got one right here. I do. At Portobello. Let's try that one. Let me get it open. Just a little bit. It actually don't look bad. I actually sort of like it. Like I said, it looks a little different. I can really see that light brown on the screen, but in person I don't see it like it looks there. It must just be a shade of it or something that picks up in that color. Something that's just picking up in there. I don't know. All right. So I picked up in here last night, so I got so much more room. It's crazy on my table. I just cleaned my table up a little bit, put it that way, when I was done painting. Now I think I'm going to use my brush. I'm just going to put a few little strokes in there. Really light. I don't know if I like them or not. We'll find out. Let's see. There's going to be nothing. You can't see that. That's why I started there. Okay. Well, let's see what it looks like once we get it done, I guess. I'm going to do this a little bit more too. This is that burnt sienna. Do a few lines of that in there too. Now that I got the rest of it done. There we go. Okay. And then I just sort of blend it with my brush there. I'm going to leave it like that. We'll see what it looks like when we're done. We'll let it dry up here. I think it'll be okay. Alright. So, let's get this out of the way. And we'll go on to the bunny here. Alright, we'll get her done first. We got her feet here again. Whoops. Her feet and her nose. But her nose I'll save till I do some of the lettering. Well, I do the ears actually. So let's get her done first. We'll leave the ears till afterwards. I think I'm going to do the lettering in a pink and a blue, sort of like the designer had done it on the little one, is what I'm thinking. I'm not sure. Or maybe I could use a lavender, would be pretty too. Purple would be pretty for Easter. I'm going to clean my hands up and get this brown off of them. I was just down there cutting out all the new hutches. There's like 5 or 6 of them I'm going to be listing for the different seasons. Let's see. I'm going to use this white here and get it out of here. I don't think this was my... You know what? I'm going to go with this instead. I think this is more... This is a chalk paint, if I remember right. And it... It's just more of a creamy. Oops, let's shake it. That ain't working. I put it in here and poured it out of the chalk paint bottles that I bought. Because I had a couple of them, if I remember. I think that's what this was. Oh, it don't want to come out. Hold on. It probably plucked up there. You don't use them for a while. There we go. Or I get a big pink glove. One of the two. I'm sure I didn't need that much. I'm sure I didn't need all that. I'm going to grab a sponge here. Let's see. You guys ever hear of eye floaters? Floaters in your eyes? Anybody know anybody with that? This sponge is wanting to be square, huh? I'm going to just leave it. I'd never heard of it until I looked it up. I'm going to just dab this all on here, and this sort of a off-white, sort of pretty. I woke up on Saturday, I was laying in bed, I watched TV off and on, and it was like there was something in my eye, but it wasn't irritating my eye, it wasn't bothering me, but I could see it. And when I moved, and it did dawn on me right away, because I kept looking for it in the mirror, trying to get it out of my eye, whatever it was. I could never find it. And it's still there today. And it was there this morning. So I just happened when I got up this morning, went on the internet, and it moves with my eyeball. What would that be? And here they call it sounds like it's called a eye floater. It's for when you get older, it happens to your eyes a lot of the time, especially if you're nearsighted. And I probably got to go in for it. Because I guess you could go blind if it gets liquid under your retina, I guess. So I'll probably have to go in coming up. I just don't want to. But yeah, it's weird because it doesn't really irritate my eye. It's actually in both of them now that I just can't see it as much in the other one. It's just weird. Like, now what? But it was like I kept seeing an eyelash hanging there or something, is what it looked like. A piece of string hanging. And I'm like, what in the world is that? And my husband, of course, I told him, and he's like, oh, I got that. That's cataracts. No, it's not a cataract. Look it up. He's always got it or had it. You know, it's like, oh, don't even go there. Jeez. But I'd never heard of it. I guess when you get older, your eyes will start breaking down, and then this substance in your eyeball inside there, it breaks up some, and you get these little floating pieces in there, and you see them. That's what it looks like from what I reading I did. It's like, yay, this has got to end here. This is enough of this stuff. One thing to another all the time. But it is really annoying because I can see it whenever, now when I'm looking down like this, I can sort of see it. It moves. But when I'm looking forward or to a certain angle or straight or whatever, then it really shows up. And I'm looking upward or whatever. And when I was looking at it more today at the computer screen at a solid surface looking, you know, like with the white background, then I could see it look more like cobwebs in there is what it looks like. It's like little fine strings of it. I'm just seeing probably a thicker one in there. Then I noticed I could do it and seeing in both eyes. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding. Where did this come from now? Because I slept too long? Alright, so my one eyeball's been, well, I've been digging at it too because trying to get it out of there for the last couple days. Well, what in the world's in there? Nobody must have ever heard of it before I take it. Me neither. Alright, I see I gotta wipe the side off here. I got some out there already. I'll let that dry a second, maybe dry it here. Clean up my edges here a little bit. Alright. I did just list a new post tonight too. That I had cut out for somebody had requested it. Was waiting for it for quite a while now. I finally got it done and got it listed. But it comes with it's the base has got on the base the post you put the month, and then it slides into a little slot on there when you put it together, and then and there's 12 seasonal signs for it. But it's a little smaller than our other ones. This one's like 12 inches tall. But it comes with all the signs and all the months, so it takes a lot more. It takes a lot of wood. Put it that way. It takes a lot of wood. On my big laser, it takes almost 2 sheets, and that's on a big laser. Can't imagine what it would take on like a little one on Glowforge. They'd be cutting forever. I mean, it takes long enough to cut this one too forever because you're cutting out all the months and. Those hutches, though, I had that cutting for quite a while down there. Those are taking quite a while, too. Because you get all the little pieces on them. In the back of it's got, like, a paneling look. All right. Now, I'm going to go over it with my brush. I like to do that because I feel that when you put the little bit of water in there with that paint, it gives it a more smooth appearance with your paint. So I'm going to go back over it. I did this last night too with that one I was doing. And just smooth it out more. I think it gives it a nicer finish when you're done than just a sponge. So I'm going to do that real quick. You have them 2K? Oh, you have the hutches. I thought you meant the floaters in your eyes. Going up, somebody has them. Okay, it's not just me. I gotta have everything, you know. It's just not fair. You got the hutches. Okay, yep. She just came out with the Easter one, I think. I just bought one. I had the other ones for now a few weeks. I just haven't cut them. Then I just bought one more last night. I think she must have just come out with it. Maybe it was spring or Easter. One of the two. I remember. I don't think I want to paint them. They look like they'd be, they could be fun, I guess, all the little pieces, but there's a lot of little pieces on them. There's a lot of little pieces, put it that way. Those are going to they take a little longer to cut, too, because of all those pieces. Lots of them. I hear it's still running down there. The husband either hasn't come up to shut it off or it's still cutting. I think he just hasn't shut it off, to tell you the truth. All right. And I'll just go around these ears real quick. Try to see off the edges so I don't have to clean them up, but I'm sure I will. Alright. What you painting tonight, Lisa? I still gotta get that box together. Debbie, are you still here? I think I asked you this the other night. I don't know if you ever answered me or not. Let me know if you're here, Debbie. Debbie. So I sent you a message and then I forgot. Okay, let me see my edges one more time and then I think she'll be good. Up here. Look at them. She might have answered me the other night. I just forget too. Let me get my bottom of this cleaned up too. Well, no, you're not going to see the bottom much because the letters go up to it, but I'm still going to clean it up. All right, there we go. All right, let's get her ears painted. We might as well do the hands. I think that's all that's going to be this color. Okay, you're good. Did you need more kits, Debbie? Did you need more to paint? I don't remember if you answered me or not, to tell you the truth. Short memory here. I'm cutting more again right now, so from this weekend that I purchased, so I got a bunch more to cut again, and I got a big box down there. So I didn't know if you needed more or not. I'm going to send all the door hanger, not door hanger, but the door sign ones, the porch ones, to Lisa because she's got the porch. She's got one, put it that way, to put them on, to take pictures. Attachments, you really need something to put them on. I haven't heard from Kelly too much. I haven't seen her on here either, so I'll have to message out to her because I know she did get her kit. She did get the box. But I haven't heard too much from her now in a while. She might have something going on too. It's hard to say. I'm going to clean up that. Let me get a little pick here for the line there. Okay, sure. Okay, I'll send you something too. I got to get to that box here next year too. I'll pull you some out and then I'll send them out to you guys. I'll send you a message. So those lines get covered. I'm going to get this line though. This one don't. This one we sort of need here. And I always pick out junk out of there. Probably because I'm digging a little deeper doing that, but let me try to get there off of there. There we go. All right, I'm going to let her dry there. Oops. Okay, let me give a little bit of paint there on my sponge right over that area I just wiped. Just blow on it and dry it. And then I probably got paint. No, I'm going to leave it. Should be fine. All right. Now, let's do these ears. I think I'm going to do, let me see this color. Yeah, I'm going to use this Cameo Pink by Apple Barrel. Today, I think I used Hydrenia the other day on the eye. I think so. No, maybe not. Looks a little pinker. We'll use this one. Let's see. Well, this pack of sponges wasn't torn up too well, but we're going to go ahead here. You do have floaters too, Kay? Oh, they're really awful, aren't they? Here's the funny part too. When I was reading them, I could swear the first morning I noticed them was Saturday when I was walking into the kitchen, and I could swear I saw this flash of light over the one side of my head. Off that, on the side that bothers me the most, on that side, which would be my left. And I thought, gosh darn it, you're seeing shit now. You know, it's got to be because of that thing in your eye, you're seeing shit. And here when I read about it today, it did say you could see flashes of light, which is not good. You really need to get seen because it could have something to do with the retinal. And you could go blind. Yeah, is the way it sounds to me. So I really need to go in. That sort of makes me a little more scared of it, you know. But that, you know, it's one thing just to see like a hair hanging there or a line or a dot, or mine's actually looks like a curvy. The one is curved like an eyelash is what it reminds me of. And then, but when I looked today on a screen where I had a white solid background I was looking at, I could see them on both eyes because I would close one and open the other one. And the one is worse than the other. But then I could see more cobwebbing like effect when I had it on a solid white background looking at. But yeah, it does drive you nuts. I agree. It really does. because it's like you're constantly seeing something. And, you know, when I noticed him the first time, I thought, well, it doesn't really hurt. I can move my eye all over. But then as I'm laying there, I was laying in bed, I'm going, yeah, but it's moving with my eyeball, Donna. If you move your eyeball and turn it, and don't move your eyes and don't blink, it moves with your eye. I'm going, so it's got to be, and you see it. I'm thinking, it's got to be right on the center of your eye where you look out of her, real close to there. So that's where I was looking in the mirror, because I figured it had to be right there if it was going with my eye. But and then today, when I got up, I was thinking, because it was still bothering me, still there. I'm thinking, I wonder if it's behind my eye. And somehow I see it, because it's behind, and that's why I can't find it. And so then I Googled it. Can, you know, stuff get back there? Why, when I move my eyeballs, does this piece move with it? And, you know, I can't find it. And that's when I came up with floaters. I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was such a thing. Yes, it's annoying, very annoying, because you can see it. It's not, as mine is, I mean, if it was big, I can imagine it could make your vision, you know, you won't be able to see. It could get in your way. But like I said, it looks like a hair, basically, in my vision. What I see. It's just darker in the one area, which is where I really notice it. It's just off to the center of my eye when I look. Oops. All right, I'm going to just put a little water on there with those two. A little more paint to spread it out. Give me a nice smoother surface, I think. Here. A couple little globs of something there. Yours come and go. I sort of hope it goes away. I was sort of hoping that I wouldn't have to go in. But I know they did say that if you've seen light, you should really go in. And I'm going, maybe I didn't see light. It only happened that one morning that I saw it. It was like 2 flashes of it. I looked to the one side of my head and I see a flash of it. I'm like, what in the world is that? I actually thought, God, you're losing it, Donna. Now you're seeing lights. It was in the kitchen in the morning. I don't know, 6 o'clock. I'm like, you should be seeing light. Flashes of light. It was like a flash. I just got a glimpse of it. I was like, what in the world? Okay, I'm going to get a little darker color to go around the ears again. Just give it a little more detail. What did we use the last time? I don't know. I'm going to use that, I don't think I want to go that dark. What did I use on the other one here? I used like a brighter pink. I'm going to use dragon fruit. I don't think so. That's strawberry. Nope. I don't think I want a dark one like this. Hold on. I don't know what I use. I got to find it. Wild berry. No, I don't want that either. Well. I could go with where'd it go? Like a maroon. Let me see what these two look like. Let me see what Napa Red looks like, if it's too red. No, that might be okay. Let's try it. Maybe I can blend it a little bit. Let's just see what it looks like here. It's going to be a lot darker. I know that. We'll see. Oops. I didn't want all that. Might be okay. I get some water. Might be alright. I don't know what I used in the other ones. I think I used more of a brighter pink, but I think this will be okay. I'll mix it in. Let's try purple. If I could find my heritage brick, I don't know why I can't find it. Antique maroon. There it is. Deep burgundy. I mean, let's go with that one. I think that's what I want. More than that. Alright. I'll get a drop of it out. That'll be a little bit better, I'm thinking. Alright. Way too much. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, I probably should dry my pink too, because it's gonna just going to wipe it away when I go back and forth. I'll take my, I'll lighten my color up. Let's try that over again. You can really see the difference in the two colors now. You have a show coming up? Is that what you said, Kay? Already? Seems so. But it's already going. It's already middle of March, so I suppose I didn't have too many in January and March. One or two maybe, if I signed up for them. And one year I went to one in January or February over in Appleton or Darboy over that way. Not Darboy, Nina. We'll lighten that back up in a minute. And in January, February, January, wasn't too bad. I was at a hotel, actually, over there somewhere. Sold a couple wreaths, I remember that. I had wreaths at that time. I think I'm going to leave it like that. Let's see what it looks like here. Probably lighten it up yet in the middle and put a little more pink in the middle yet. Get this fixed here. Okay, a little more pink back in here that I wiped out. And up here. Get that in there without making too much of a mess. Probably not. Hi, Tina. How are you? Oh, April 5th. Okay. Yeah, it'll come quick enough. We missed you, Tina. Nails? I shouldn't call you Nails. You're not Nails. That was still a funny day. Funny day. There we go. Okay. All right, we're painting a bunny. How have you been? What have you been up to? This one's going to go on much easier than that one. I can tell it already. I don't know why I was having trouble with that one. We're painting this new long-eared bunny. I painted this is like third one for me. I'll show you that one in a minute. I painted on Monday. Yeah, you weren't here Monday, I don't think. Today is Monday, Friday. This is what it looks like. It's a long-eared bunny, if you can see it here. She's cute. I just love her. I just love those long ears on her. All right. I think it's hard not to like the long ears. I'm gonna get a blender here. Let me just get a different one. I'm gonna use some of that ivory that I've got out, or this creamy color we painted the bunny with. And get some on here, and then I'm gonna wipe it on dry towel. Okay. You haven't been painting at all? Gosh, you gotta really be withdrawing then, because you painted a lot. Gotta really be bothering you. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I love her too. I think she's adorable. I just love the ears. If you're not painting at all, I figured you're doing some painting here and there on the side. Or something, you know, that you'd probably see something and want it and paint it for yourself or whatever. Because once you start, you know, once you're a painter, it seems like you're always a painter. You enjoy it, and, you know, when you don't do it, you don't really miss, you know, I'd be lost, I guess. Like last night, I was like, oh, I gotta go upstairs and paint this moose. But I came up here. It really didn't take me that long to do. And it was sort of nice. Then I got done, and I sat up here and cleaned. I almost started that wreath over there. Almost started that wreath. Putting quite a bit of white in these ears, just really lightening them up. I think I am. I did. All right. I just felt like it, I don't know, more than I usually do. In the middle. I don't really like when I get them spotty like that, though. Usually because you got too much paint on here yet. All right, we're going to leave them like that. I'm going to get a little bit more color up here on the top of this one, though. Because I covered it up. You do it with drawers, I bet. Oh my goodness, no time? You're that busy, huh? Sort of a bummer, though. Unless it's fun busy, you know, stuff you want to be doing. But if it's work related, it's not always what you want to be doing. When you work, you know, out of the house for someone. You know what I mean, right? All right, so then we got her ears there. They'll go in there. Now I'm going to do her nose. Get that done. Yeah, because you were painting all the time. That'd be really... It's just quit would be hard. That'd be something. If you're that busy, though, and you don't think about it, it won't be so bad, but... Tina painted a lot. Like Debbie paints a lot. Lisa paints a lot. I think Tina and Lisa actually paint the most. They get the most done. Most free time to do it. Not that it matters, but, you know, it depends how much free time you got. That's what it amounts to. And I'm going to give it this a little bit of rosiness around the edges, too, I think. I can hold it still. Somewhat. Just lightly around the edges. That's all I'm going to do. There we go. So it's just got a little bit of rosiness to it. And I am going to get out some gray and go underneath the neck. I've got that gray out here. That gray is really too dark. I want a lighter gray that we used on that on the background. Here it is. I'm going to get some of this portobello. No, slate gray. Gray sky. Take it all back. It's gray sky by Decor. And we're going to go around the... We'll give them... Darken up a few areas where we'd have a shadow on the bunny. Under the neck here. Sort of blend it in and downward a little bit. Like that. These will go back in there. I'm not going to worry about around the face or anything like... I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe we should. Let me try this. Yeah, it's real light, but I can see it. I think I will. See what it looks like. I'll separate it from the ear there. I should put some underneath the ears. Here. And here. Let's get that one out of there. I'll do this side real quick. Really light I'm going around the face. Hardly at all. But it's there, but not much. Alright, I'm going to leave that. There. Okay. Alright, let's do those eyeballs. Let's get this out of here. She could use a little more white right on the top of her head too, I see. Right up here I don't like. There. Looks real light there for some reason. Alright. You know, she could be sort of cute. I wonder if I should... No, I could splatter her too before I put her on the sign. I don't know. I have to think about that. Could have splattered her with a brown or black. Brown. Let me get some black and we'll do the eyeballs. Here. I'll put over here. A splattered bunny. I don't know. Spotted bunny. I'm going to just get a smaller brush, I think. Let's see what we got. Alright. Yeah, Lisa is pretty quick painting too. She spends, yeah. She spends a lot of time painting out in her craft room. Sure does. You painted a lot really quick, though, too. Between the two of you, though, it was hard to say who painted more. It really was. She got a lot of the bigger stuff because it was cheaper to send her bigger stuff than it is anybody else because she's closer to me and she lives in the same state. But, so, you know, the stuff that got really big, like porch cleaners and stuff, I tended to send to her because of that. I started a subscription group now, Tina too. A Christmas subscription group. The first boxes will go out at the beginning of May. I think I got 6 or 7 people. Oops, 6 or 7. I'm going to start talking and mess up my eyes. 6 or 7 people signed up. I haven't pushed it too much besides for, you know, putting it on here. I did put it on some of my Etsy page a little bit. But they got to go to my web page and sign up, so I don't want to get in trouble for doing it either. So I haven't done no advertising for it or anything like that, which I'm sure if I did, I just haven't had time. If I did, I could probably get more people into it. But I'm sort of just going to let it grow as it grows. All right, here. And it's going to be Christmas projects all year round. That's what it is. Okay. And it's gingerbread for next month. I'll tell you that right now. It's gingerbread, guys. Is what it's going to be. It's sort of nice with the club I'm in that she does these stuff for us because it takes a lot of the work of it off of me. But then it still gives us something to do, and it's all... I'll still be doing some of my own, but it's, you know, it's easier that way. Helps a lot. But there's other groups like that too that do subscriptions like that helps, you know, like if you have lasers, so you can get a subscription club going. And there's another one I was in that she gives you all the materials too, and the inserts for your packaging and all that. She really gave you the stuff. Which is nice. Sometimes it's hard to be able to do all that stuff on top of doing orders and like lives like I do, and you know, running your marketing and getting things listed. And I was just looking at a program that just came out. It's software that you can use for listing on Etsy, and it starts off by talking about all the hours you spend creating a listing with the SEO research and keywords and all the rest of it. They said, wouldn't it be nice if you could do a listing and just input your photo and answer a few questions about your item, and in a minute you had it all ready to go and optimized out for you? I'm thinking, yeah, that would be really nice. If that's all it would take, would be a minute. That'd be really sweet. You know, you still got to get your photos ready and stuff like that, but it's all the rest of it. And because it's like sometimes you can take, it was sort of funny because there's a guy sitting there working on it. It says, it can take you hours, or it could take you 5 hours, or it could take you days. I'm like, yep, I know the feeling. And there's a software to do it now that they have out there, and it's AI generated, or it works with AI or whatever, but it works with Etsy listings. But for each listing that you run through it, it's $4.99 a listing. Now, I have 2,000 listings. Now, I wouldn't have to do it on the ones I already got listed, but if I wanted them optimized for it, you know, and if it was really good, that's what it would cost me. That's a lot of money. Tell you the truth, that's a lot. It would be, wouldn't it? Okay, but you want to pay $4.99 a listing? I thought that was a lot, to tell you the truth. I guess they got to make their money, but you know, if they sell this to enough Etsy people doing listings, they don't have to get $5 a listing to make any money. We buy files cheaper than that for the laser. And those ladies work hours on it, you know, hours and hours. So I thought it was sort of high. Tell you the truth, I really did. At $5 a listing. You can try it for $1. I'm tempted just to see what it comes up with, but we'll see. I don't know. But that's a lot. Decided I'm going to try some white in the eyes this time. Not really white, but cream. I'm just using the same cream. That was a little thicker than I wanted, but I think... Nope, I don't have enough paint here. I think I'm going to leave it. I ain't working either. Okay, I'm going to go this way. No, I still want it this way, though. Here. And then I want to come up over here like that, but not like that. We're going to take that one off. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought $5 is a lot for a listing. I thought it'd be like a monthly price of, you know, $29, $39, $49, depending on how many listings you have. But I didn't think, oh, I'm going to get purple and black on there now. I did not think it was going to be per listing and that kind of money. All right, before I make a mess here, Donna. I did not ever would have thought that it was going to be $5 to do one. But that AI stuff like that is new yet. So it'll come down yet. The prices will come down. It's just a matter of time, I'm sure. But yeah, that would be nice to have something great for Etsy that would work. All right, I'm going to get this dried again. Let me see that other eye. That other eye is okay. I don't mind it. If I can get this one to look like it. That's the trick. Yeah, I know. I thought that's way too much too. Even $2.99. I mean, maybe $1.99. I wouldn't have batted my eye quite so bad. But still, at $1.99, if I ran all my listings, that would cost me $4,000 to optimize them all. That wow, I don't have $4,000 now to throw away on it. Where am I supposed to get it? You know, it's supposed to make your. They say you'll see them. You'll see it in your. Oh, your conversion rate or in your oops, wrong brush. You'll see more orders or stuff like that. I'm going, okay, I don't really need a ton more. Right now it did slow down, but I told you why. That's my own screw up. All right, so I want the thick part in the middle. Get that water off of there. Just because I changed my shipping date wrong and made it so it would be, you wouldn't get nothing till April by accident. Oops. Yeah, you probably didn't hear that, Kay. I told him that Friday. All right, I went and I wanted to update my shipping rate. I gotta try to fix this here so I don't have to redo it. So that it wouldn't take quite as long. Because I was catching up. I was caught up a little bit. So I wanted to change it to like 5 to 7 days instead of 1 to 2 weeks. I'm gonna just take some black. And when I did it with 5 to 7 days, I didn't change the weeks part or days, or the weeks part to days. I left it as weeks. Oops, Donna, come on. I left it to weeks, so it was 5 to 7 weeks. Oops. I didn't notice it last week at all, and that's what it was. It slowed my orders down a little bit, quite a bit. But I said it's okay because I got I got other stuff I can work on. It'd be nice to get some other stuff done around here that I need to get done. But I mean, I still have orders that have to go out this week, all the weeks, except the ones that are showing they don't have to get shipped till April. I'll do them too. Way before that. Like they would normally get done. All right, let me try that. I'm going to try to live with it. Let's see what it looks like. It's too wet. I got too much water on there. Not too bad, I guess. I'm going to level it out a little bit. Yeah, I thought so too. I didn't get to look into it as much as I wanted to because I was eating when I saw it. And I had to get up here then. So I'm going to look at it when I get done some more. And see what it all says. And I know it says you can try it for $1, so I may give them $1 and try it. See what it does. If it really seems like it's worth it or not. Because you could use it on just your new ones too, but it's still a lot per listing, I think. And of course, the more you use, the cheaper it gets. But I think it doesn't go to much under $4. But you gotta use, you know, be doing a couple thousand a month if I remember right. I don't do a couple thousand a month. No, but can't imagine anybody does on Etsy. Maybe total, but not a month. All right. Because ChatGPT will do a lot. You know, you can program, talk to it and have it do some of that for you, but you got to know what to tell it too. You can't just tell it to write you an Etsy listing. Just doesn't. You can, but you ain't gonna get it optimized for anything. You're gonna get what you need. All right, I'm gonna leave that, and I'm gonna give this some. We're gonna give it some dots at the top. See what we can do here. And I want it big enough, I guess. We'll go here. That'll be good. And let's see. That one's sort of that side, so I'm gonna keep this one over here too. I don't want to make them look cross-eyed. No more there. There. I still think, I'm thinking I'm going to give it a little one. You guys see where they booed Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl? I just think it's rude, to tell you the truth. I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan. I mean, I don't follow her or anything like that. I just think it's rude. It was very rude of those people to do. Just why? Because she was supporting the other team. You know, that's awful. I thought it was awful. And then they cheered Trump. So, okay. Guess you gotta look at where they were. I don't know where. I shouldn't get into it. I should talk politics. I know that already. I bet you. Yeah, it's a lot of time. It's time consuming. Very time consuming to get it on there. Very, very, very. I can guarantee. I can tell you that. You know that. I know that too. I've got some. I'm getting a little bit speedier at it now, but I've been doing it for how many years already now? You know, and you don't do it enough, and then they change everything on you. I'm sure it's a lot changed from when you used to do it. But yeah, it's time consuming no matter what. All right, so we're going to give her some rosy cheeks yet right now. And we're not going to go with that dark color, though. I'm going to get my favorite wild berry. Give her cheeks right away. Yeah, I know. Even to have somebody do it, well, you'll be okay with Chelsea, I'm sure. But it's just time consuming. Just getting your pictures together. I mean, the ladies do the pictures for me, but then I do the overlays and the rest of it. And now I've been reading that they do some talking that you shouldn't do overlays like I do, but it's, you know, I'm sort of a different field. We're sort of a different area than somebody who sells jewelry. You know, they don't need a before and after like shot like I've been doing on mine now, which I think it's nice so people can see what it looks like when it's done. Did you just raw wood? They don't really, you really, you lose a lot just showing raw wood if you can show what it looks like painted, because they're so much more personable and cute painted than they are raw. So, you know, I think for like what I do, that overlay is okay, that you want it. What have you missed? You haven't missed nothing. You want that overlay for photos, you know, with the raw and the, and they don't like you to do collages. Well, you almost have to with this. You're going to do a collage, and especially when it's a group, and they'll even call a collage when you have, like 3 ornaments together. That's a collage. Well, and that can lower your visibility, it says. Well, give me a break. Maybe for some people, but not for us, you know, for what we do. Okay, I'm going to try to get these even here today. All right. I'll go round and round here. Like I'm not supposed to. Not too long, that's all. I'm going to get this one in a little bit. I see. That one is still bigger over there. What one's bigger down at this one? Let me see. Wait till it comes back. No, that one's bigger. I gotta wait for my finger to see it. It's on this one over there. Yep. I think I'm going to leave them. I think they'll be good. I'm not making that one bigger. We're going to leave it. Leave it down. We're going to leave her. I think she'll be okay. This one comes under the eye further. I gotta quit being so fussy. Let's see. A little bit lower on the eye here. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. Now I can see I washed it away. So hold on. Don't look. Let me try it. Now I can see I washed it away, and I don't like that either. See it? So I'm going to try to make this more, I don't know how here. I don't want my eyeball in it. Still see it there. I'm going to take it all off. I hope not. Oh, yeah, I do. I got to take it all off of that one. Start over, guys. Typical Donna. Okay. I love, though, that I can take it off and just do it over. I do like that fact. Because that makes it so much easier and not have to be quite so perfect all the time. Alright. I almost cut little pieces of... I almost cut the eyes out separate, but I went, nah, they're really big enough. I think they'll be fine. Where did my paint go? What did I do? Dip it in the bottle? I must have. In the lid. Hold on. What was I just going to say? No, I forgot now. I forgot what I was talking about already. Because I couldn't find my paint. Alright. Let's try this again. Come in further this time, I think. Here, let's go over here. Let's see. It does come down here. Okay. Let's see. That's better, except, is it lighter? There, I think I made it darker. I think we're going to leave it. I'm not going to look at it anymore. Okay, so there's a bunny. Let's do the letters now. That's all we got left is the letters. I'm just going to set her ears here. Her ears in there. We got her hands. I'm going to just, one thing I'm going to do though is go around these hands real quick with this light gray. Because that makes them, that'll make them stick out better, I think. Oops, I got a lot of there. Let's see it on my brush. I got way too much, but it got hard there, so it's sort of a little gloopier. Let's see. And then last night I went to bed. I don't know what time it was. I'm gonna get some of that off in a minute. It was early again. Well, it was by midnight. After I got done painting up here and got everything done and got back down there and shipped, and it was about midnight. And I thought I was going to turn the laser on. The husband was up here. I was thinking about turning the laser on. I was going to cut those hutches out. And I said, screw it. I said, I'm going to go to bed, and I'll get up early in the morning. I'll set a alarm clock. Get up early in the morning. Well, when I went to bed, the cat follows me in there. Bella does. And she crawls right next to me between me and the clock. So I thought, well, when she leaves, because she usually leaves after a while, I'll set the clock. Right? Well, she stayed forever. And I started watching Chicago, I don't know, the emergency medical or whatever it was, or whatever it's called. And by the time she finally left, it's already 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really going to get up early now. I'm going to be sleeping till who knows how late again. I went so much for that, going to bed early. All right, so let's do, I'm going to use that pretty blue we used, that Robin's Egg blue on Cottontail, and then I'm going to do Candy Co in pink. So these will be blue. Let's do this in blue. Right here. So yeah, that didn't work too good last night at all. I might as well use another sponge. Use the other end of our white one here. You haven't missed nothing, Lisa. Did you have to take care of the baby? Alright, I probably got too much here. Don't get the red. I'll do this pretty blue. I should have done lavender, but I forgot already. You just don't get to paint lavender too much. One of those colors. She's getting big already, I can imagine. What is she, like 4 months old already? He never sleeps with you? Now, is that a dog or a kitty? Is that your doggy? My kitty sleeps with me, not the dog. The dog's too hot. You're rocking now. Does Grandma get to do all the rocking? Where's Mom? I used to take over too, rocking. I always loved it. Mom had to go do this or go do that and couldn't sit still long enough to do it. It seemed like. Is she home with her all day then? When are you back to work now? I think you are, aren't you? Or are you working from home now? I don't remember now what you had told me. I suppose it is about rocking time to go to sleep. Yeah, it's pretty 9:15. She's young yet though. She probably still wakes up during the night. Yeah, maybe not. I forget how long. Some of them do it sleep longer than others. You forget when you get the babies out of your life for a while how the cycle goes or how the rituals all go. You haven't seen her all day. Oh, you've been at work. Yeah, I'd be rocking her too then. Probably miss her. Probably misses you too. She's like, oh, Grandma's home. Yeah, they get to know you real quick. Does she go to daycare during the day or is she home with her mom? I always hated daycare. It was so hard taking them to daycare and leaving them at daycare. I do too, Kate. I could sit and rock them all day. I really could. I could have. You wouldn't have had to get me off that chair. I could have sat there and just kept rocking. And I was just as content as could be. Probably more as content as that baby was. That's just weird. But I remember when I was younger, I was like, come on, hurry up, drink your bottle. I gotta go. I got stuff to do. I gotta get laundry done. I gotta get dishes done. I gotta do this, I only got this many hours and I gotta be over there. I gotta get to, it's just crazy. Never enough time when you're younger. Shouldn't be that way. But you just don't feel it's as important, I guess, as it should be. But to me, it was just as relaxing now as it probably is to the child, just to sit there and soothing. There we go. All right. That looks pretty good, I think. We're going to go with that. And a little bit more here. We'll let that dry first and see how it looks. I think it's going to need some more or not. All right, well, let's get the pink done. I see a couple spots that are probably going to need it. I'll give it to him right now. All right. Okay, there we go. And then we got Candy Co. She's sitting here talking. 6 months already? What did I say, 4? 3, 4? Wow, I can't believe she's that old already. I'm going to go with this hydrangea pink for the ears. It's a softer pink than what we used. Get this off of there. I think I still have some left here. Yeah. It's really a pretty pink. It's from Cream Coat, this hydrangea. I'm going to use the finger dauber this time. I'll get one of those if I can reach them here. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm sure she just talks away to you too, huh? It's so fun. You could just sit and talk to them and they talk back to you. And it's such a soft talk. Is she really? She's rolling already, yes. I think as we get older too, we realize how fast time goes. And they're only like that for a little while. And I never thought twos were terrible either. I thought twos were fun. I loved the whole baby stages. I thought they're all fun. I don't think there was a bad age with the kids growing up, really. They got a little more handfulish at times, but it never that I didn't want my kids around, it wasn't like ever like that. I don't think anybody is, I hope not. You fight, I think, when I worked full time and they had stuff they had to help me do, and, sometimes it was a fight, so that stuff, it was never fun, but other than that, and if you want the fun times, you gotta do the bad times, Just how it is. It's just life. I always tell my kids are always, after they got a little older, they thought life was so horrible living and growing up with me and da-da-da-da. And, I used to think the same thing of my childhood, my dad. I just think my dad was so horrible to live with and da-da-da. Well, I think as you get older now, you will start realizing, I think my kids have too now, it wasn't as bad as you thought it was. It really wasn't. It never was. You make it think, you thought at the time it was horrible, because it's just what you didn't want to do, And they were teaching you something in the process, It's sort of funny how that all comes around. It is. I think I said it to one of my daughters. No, it really wasn't as bad as you like to make it out to be, is it? No. Yeah. And they can get people believing they had it so bad and rough. And if my mom or my parents believed their lives are so horrible, they were not. I say, come on, you ought to know better. It's something else. And I think all kids do that darn near to their parents. At least we all did. Put it that way. Mine gave it back. Yeah, I think so too, Kate. Even though I love that age at I sort of loved it. I shouldn't say I loved it. And if I would have got to do what I wanted to do, I could have probably loved it more, but, yeah. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere, so I shouldn't say I loved it, but I loved my friends, and it just seemed like, you think back and it seems to be like it was a great time of your life. Probably because you didn't have no responsibilities too. But I don't know if I'd want to do that all again. And it's so funny now because, years are just flying by. Like they just go over your head and they're gone. And if I remember back to when you're in school, and those stinking school years took so long. Those 18 years of school took your entire life, It's like, oh my gosh. Just crazy. How time went so slow back then. But I think my theory on it, the reason it goes so slow is because when you're younger, you're waiting for everything. You're waiting for Christmas every year. That year is like a long time till Santa comes again. And, you got to go to the whole school year, start a new school year before it comes. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's forever. Christmas is a year away. It's a long time. Well, now we hardly get going on stuff and it's here again. We're doing Easter already and we just passed Christmas. It comes so quick nowadays. But my theory is anyway that it's because we're waiting for things as we're younger. We're waiting for Santa. We're waiting to get our driver's license. We're waiting for a boyfriend. We're waiting to graduate. We're waiting for our first job. We're waiting to get married. Waiting to have a kid. And once you have all that you're waiting for, you're not waiting anymore and time just flies. It just goes. It's crazy. So I think we got to start waiting for stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Something that makes you really want that you got to wait for that's driving you crazy, I guess. I don't know. All right, I'm going to put these paints away so that we get room to put this together. I watch my reach here. I'm going to try to go around here, I guess. I got to get these all back here. So that's my theory of why time goes so fast now. Is because we're just not waiting for anything anymore. Maybe we're waiting to die. It won't come too quick. I don't know. No, probably not. I don't know. That's how I rationalize it anyway. May not make sense, but let's see here. Let me get these guys all out of here. I don't think we need them anymore. I had this nice and clean up here, so I got to learn to put this stuff away right away so I don't have a mess. It only takes me a second. I might as well do it. There we go. Like I said, I must have spent a good hour up here. But it was more picking up junk too instead of just cleaning. Putting stuff away. Found a couple things I didn't know I had anymore. I was like, oh, that's where that went. Okay, let's get this out of here. Spilled my water from painting last night. Okay, let me get my brushes in here. That one I gotta take down. Don't let your scrubbing brushes soak in water if you didn't hear me on Friday, because it doesn't take them long. And they do that. I have a tendency to get them. I try not to leave them soaking in water, but once in a while I'll go downstairs at night. And you know, by the time I get out of here, it's 10 o'clock a lot of times. And I get down there, and I think that's all we gotta do there. I get downstairs and I set them down, and I'll either start. I got my water in one hand, and I gotta set that down. I gotta set the other stuff down on my other table, and I totally forget they were there. So till the next day or whatever, and then I see them. Oh shoot! And so it doesn't help them. I found out they peel. Let me get my letters on here first. And get some glue out of here. I'm gonna use that other glue, just because that one can get slobby. See if I can get this out of here. Yep. Okay, I'm just going to put it on some of them. Not all of them. Probably the thicker ones here. I guess these are all nice and thick. I might as well run some on them. Let's see. They're good. I see I got the center of a letter there. I got to get out. All right. Piece of paint off there too. Here. I do like this glue because it dries clear. Alright, let's get that out of there. Alright, well, that was smart. Alright, so we're going to get this piece on first. Here. Get it sort of centered down there. Remember, those letters that it covers up are just for placement. They're just a smaller version of what's there. It doesn't mean that your top should align to them or the bottom. It's just for placement. It should actually probably be equally on all sides around them if they're done correctly, but it's hard to see. So don't use it. It's just for placement. Not actual, though. You can see how nice and easy this is on here, doing this instead of going the other way with the other super glue. This is pretty slick with this little fine nozzle on here. All right, Candy Co. And then I'm going to attach a door hanger thing on the back so I can hang it on one of those little signs, like a tabletop sign. That's what I'll have it on that for Friday when I show you guys. For setting on a table or something. Alright, here. There. Doesn't take this glue too long to set either, so it's sort of nice to, but it gives you a little bit of time. That's what I like. Like this is probably on there pretty doggone. I can't move it much. Alright, so now I can cover in this whole thing basically. In here and down here. And even with the whole ears. All this in here. Just those two little holes here and here that I don't want any in. Give it enough glue. Alright, I'm going to take my ears out actually. Put them in afterwards. This is going to set up right to it. It should anyway. Nope, it's not going to, because then his hair is not covered up here. Right there, it's going to go. There'll be a little gap. That's okay though. I'm sure hers probably, yeah, hers has it too. That's how she made it. Oops, now he moved a little bit. You can see it there. So I'm going to get the ears in and then I'll get them placed again. Here. You can look at the hair up here. Just keep it equal on all sides there. Right about there, I think. Yeah, let me see. It's a little crooked here, though. Right there. Is it good on top? Yep. All right, let me get that ear in. I'm going to hold that down a little bit better. We'll put her little hands on there, and she's done. That's about it. I could probably put some lines on the wording. Unless I'm me, I'm not sure. I got it out, Kate. I didn't see it at first either. I seen it before I painted it, and then I forgot about it. This one isn't wanting to stick, so I'm going to get some more glue right on this corner. Put my whole bunny up doing that too. But that's okay. Here. In there. You'll see. Right there. I just want to make sure my ears are going to stay there. And you could have put blue on the eyes. You could do a lot of colors. Could have put some blue on there that would have made it pop. A little bit right there because it's going to hit those. And these guys go this way. Here. Let's see no, maybe they don't. This one goes here. And this one goes here. Here. And I'll probably either put some more white on those hands or I'm going to run some more gray down her. That's what I'm going to do. I want some gray on her lines on her body to make her body pop. Sort of like her chin pops. I didn't think of that before until just now. Let me get it here. I've got it right here. I'm going to do it. I got it out. And you'll see what I mean. You can just see how it all sort of blends there together in her body. So we want that body to pop out from the rest of it. Keep that all there. So this would be, I would want it underneath here. Like that. And then over here on the seam. There. Go through there too if you want it. Here. Let's see. I could have done this with a brown. Would have looked nice too instead of a gray. Probably could have. That would have been nicer. Just nice. I do need some more white on those beads. They're awful gray. They look awful gray to me. I get some more white in there. I'm just going to go around it in the middle here. Here. Yeah, I think brown would have looked really good with this cream color here. To shade or highlight. To shade. I had the right word. Would look pretty good with that. I would think that would look better than gray now that I think about it, but it's done. I might put some lines in my wording, but I'll show you that when I get back on Friday. Once I get her done. If I try to talk and do lines, I make a mess. So I'm not going to try not to. I do it a lot better when I'm just sitting there and not thinking about anything. And there she is. I had my head in there. I did have a thought of making a bouquet, and I actually was trying to make one before I came live. Here's the one I came up with. I wasn't sure if I was liking this one yet. Whoops. Let me get this one. I was working on it before I came live. You had the same thought as I had. Here's the one I had. I thought about making one like that, but I want to get it flatter. Oops, you can't see it. There it is. And gluing it on her head or something like that. Probably right there. Oops, can you see it? There you go. But it's a little fatter than I wanted it. I wanted it a little thinner yet. I don't know if I have any thinner ribbon. This is like a velvet ribbon too. It's a velvet pink. So, yeah, I thought so too. It would be cute with the little bow on her head. I thought of that with the other one too. I have another ribbon too that I didn't try. But this one's a brighter pink, so I'm not sure. Don't think I'd want that on there. I'd like the lighter pink with her Just because it's lighter pink on there. It's not a bright pink. I think the lighter would look better. I'll have to see if I have any other stuff. I had some. Yeah, I've got to have some other stuff here that I might be able to use too. So I probably was. That was my thought too, was put a bow on there. But that one's just too thick. I don't want it that thick. It's a little lopsided yet too. I didn't get to work on it too much, but with the velvet on this bow, it just makes it a little harder too. But if it was half this thick, it would be a lot easier. You know, it's not a bad color with her. It's just I need a little thinner, I think. Just a little thinner. So I'll hang you guys up here once. I'm going to show you her. It should all be intact now. And I'll show you this one. This is from tonight. I'm going to put a hanger in the back. And then this is the one we did. I may have to hold her up. We made on, today's Monday, last Friday. Those are the two of them. You can see them in size now. Pretty comparable. This is about 11-inch door hanger size. So I'll have this one and probably do the 18 too. But it's cute. I like them both. They're cute. But she will be cute with the bow. Don't you think? Oops. With the bow on the top would be cute. Just a little bow here. Like that. I think would be cute on her if it stayed there. I think so. The lavender would have been pretty on there too. I think instead of the blue or the pink, you could have used lavender. Could have used that soft green. Bright or light colors, whatever you want, really. Alright, she turned out cute. I like her too. Thanks, Kay. Thanks, Debbie. I think she's adorable too. I really like her. Just too cute with those long ears. There's a dinosaur coming out that I just cut the door hanger for. Not door hanger. The snow globe for tonight. And it's one of those ones like it's the one with the thing that goes around his head. You know, the like cape looking thing. So try, I'm not even sure what it is, but he's really cute. He's really cute. You'll see it once I get him posted if you haven't seen the designer's page, but he's cute. But I didn't buy a ton of them because I don't know how big dinosaurs will be, but I just thought he's really cute. I sort of want to paint him because I just think he's adorable. All right, well, I'm going to get off of here. You guys have a great evening. Whew, my paint. I'm going to get back downstairs and get that stuff photographed, and I'll get this one photographed. And this one isn't listed yet, but I'll get it listed coming up. And I think I have everything else listed except for the stuff I cut tonight. So I'll get those hutches on there. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks. All right, you guys, have a great evening. Have a good week. Enjoy. I will see you guys back here on Friday evening. Once I find my mouse here. There it is. On Friday evening, probably about 6:45, 7 o'clock, somewhere in there. All right, if you need me, just shoot me a message. Have a great week, guys. Miss ya. Have fun. See you, Tina. It's been nice talking. You get on here all the time now, Tina. We missed you. We missed you all if we didn't have you on here. So, all right, guys. Thanks. We'll see you Friday.